I don't really expect anyone to show up if anybody does, but uh it was just announced. If you're a fan of basketball, women's basketball, WNBA, you've heard this by now, but it was just announced that Angel Reese um, suffered a season-ending injury, and she's done for the year. Chicago Sky had 6 games left to play in the regular season. They were um, still in the playoff race. I mean, as of right now, they're still number 8. Hey Moses, I'm gonna address that because I'm hearing that and y'all got to cut that out. Y'all got to cut that out. Um, but Chicago's still in contention for the playoffs. They are number 8. They're tied with Atlanta, and we had just got Kennedy back, and we were, you know, hoping that with the whole team back together again, that would be the little push we needed to win the few games that we needed to win in order to knock out Dallas and, well, actually Washington and Atlanta because they were the closest to Chicago. Hey y'all, hey y'all. I'm just giving out some information real quick before I get to the comments. But today, well, yesterday, while they were playing LA, um, and I just went back and watched. I had been watching earlier, like because they said that she was probable for tomorrow's game because of her wrist. And I went back and watched, and I see the moment that it happened. It was in the third quarter. Um, she had an and one against, I think you say her name, Yaru, the center for LA. And she bumped into her, had the and one, and she fell on both her hands, like just flat, like kind of straight arm, because she was bracing herself because she fell backwards, and she was sitting down, so she had her hands on the floor. She was banging this her right hand on the ground, but she wasn't moving her left hand. So when she got up, she took her free throws, and then she ran back holding her wrist. So at that point, I was like, something's wrong. She continued to play, probably off adrenaline. And I mean, it's not uncommon for players to play with broken stuff. Jordan Canada played a whole game with a broken hand that either she didn't know or she didn't tell or she didn't say anything. It was actually the game she played against Chicago. She played with a whole broken hand, and she was out for the next however long it took her to heal, for her hand to heal. Um, but so in the third quarter, I want to say it was around the 3 minute mark. I can't remember the exact time, but she had that and one. She took the shot, the free throw shot, played the rest of that quarter, and then throughout the fourth quarter, she fell 2 more times. So there was one where Kia Nurse had pushed her, and nothing against Kia Nurse. So I'm not sending any hate to Kia Nurse. So y'all don't put that out there. Things happen in games. But Kia Nurse pushed her into Ray Burrell. She tripped and fell again, falling, trying to brace herself on her hands. This time it was more so the right hand. I didn't really see the left one affected that much, but she did fall. And then the last time, which was a very hard fall on her left hand, was she was going up for a rebound in the fourth quarter, and her and Crystal Dangerfield were fighting for the rebound. The ball had bounced, and they were fighting for the rebound. Angel ended up getting the rebound, but she's holding on to the ball as she's trying to move. Crystal Dangerfield is holding her, and then she trips Angel trips over Rakia's feet because Rakia was in front of her at that point. She's falling, but she also still has the ball in her hand. So she has to, let go in order to break her fall. She fell on her left hand. And I think that's what really like did it, because it wasn't too long after that. I mean, they were already up. So she pulled the starters out. Well, she pulled Angel and Camilla for sure. About 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then I saw her holding her wrist at the bench, and then she was talking to the athletic trainer, and then next thing we know, we saw her wrist taped. So that's what I saw with my own two eyes watching the game, and then I just went back and rewatched before they made the announcement. Went back and rewatched because I was like, "What's wrong with Angel's wrist?" Because she was still playing on it. But I mean, we have to remember that players play through that. Asia last year played through the finals with some kind of either broken or fractured or hurt thumb and wrist. She played through all of the finals with it, and then the very next day she was in a cast. So things happen. But I'll go back and read the comments real quick. Um, what's going on? Let me go back. So Moses says it's fishy. Angel's wrists look fine when she hugged Kennedy near the end of the game. And just like I said, players play through broken things all the time. Kobe used to play with broken fingers, broken feet, broken toes. I mean, sometimes players have adrenaline. Also, Angel is a person who she plays through stuff. I don't know if y'all followed her through LSU, but she rolled her ankle pretty bad, playing against, I want to say, Auburn during the tournament. And she played with that. Yeah, it was during the SEC tournament. She rolled her ankle playing Auburn. She had that ankle taped up. She had a boot on the next day. Then she came and ended up playing South Carolina. Same thing. She re-injured the ankle. Kept playing through the tournament up until the Iowa game where she ran into the cameraman and re-injured it another time. Um, but I mean, we know how that ended. She still tried to play through it. It just she didn't have the lift that she normally had, and we know how that game went. But I'm hearing people say that, but I'm not gonna buy into that. Hey, April, great benefactor. Juan says it's so sad. It is very sad. April, yes, I'm wearing my glasses because I needed to see. I needed to see what was going on. Kyle, I just texted you. You texted me back. Oh, my phone is right there. I can't get to it. Ian, hello. Waddle on face. Kamala, bud. What's that mean? Royal mind, many blessings. Beautiful. Can you say hi to Amber? Hi, Amber. Um, oh, I remember that play with Crystal. Girl, you are not on live. I'm on live, girl. I had to talk about it. Abel, hi. The crash out is real. The crash out is real, real. April says that's a long recovery plus rehab. I wouldn't even think about doing Unrivaled. I'll be shocked if she does. Well, it depends on how long it takes. I mean, Asia, whatever was going on with her wrist, her cast was off well before training camp. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Angel's wrist, so we don't know how long the recovery is going to be. If she says she's going to be there for Unrivaled, I'm assuming she knows what's wrong with her wrist, and I guess it might take maybe a few months to get healed. I don't know, or maybe it just is at the point where you don't want to injure it anymore because it could get worse. So I'm not really sure. But if she says she'll be there for Unrivaled, she'll be there for Unrivaled. We will see. Um, Charles says, "Yeah, you're right. We all saw that. It takes a little while for swelling to set in, depending on how bad it is." She had a. She had a Jones fracture when she was at Maryland. She's young and she'll heal up pretty quick. Thank you, Charles, for that. Summer says all those falls she took this season probably didn't help either. Not our rook. Yeah, not our rook, man. It's so unfortunate because they were right there. Like they were turning the corner. It really would have been like a Cinderella story for them to like end the season going into the playoffs after what they been through this season and having gone through that 7 game losing streak. And at least us Chicago fans were really like feeling like this was like a turn that was going to be for the bet, that the team was going to turn it around and get it together. We got Ken back, everybody's healthy, everybody's good, the energy is up. um Second half of the season, Camilla's been playing great, Mick has stepped up. um Besides these last maybe 2-3 games, LA has been doing well. Big Mama got some shots off last night after dealing with her injury. I mean, it didn't stop her from playing, but she hurt her shoulder. So, I mean, we there were some good things going on for Chicago that we were happy about, but you cannot deny the impact. And this is the thing where a lot of the haters of Angel seem to not want to see, recognize, or even realize that Angel's impact in the game is more than just her scoring. Um, she's a leader on the floor. Her rebounds give them an average from anywhere from 10 to 15 points a game, depending on how many rebounds she gets. She's a hustler. She's a playmaker. She's really good on defense. Teams plan schemes around her. They know she doesn't give up. So that's a big miss to not have on your team, even if it's not point wise, it's person wise. So our Chicago already having like issues with personnel and just like learning to gel together. Now they have another new starting lineup, which is probably going to be Izzy in the place of Angel in the starting lineup. So I'm thinking it's going to be um, Kennedy, Mick, Izzy, and Camilla. Um, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a hardship player, because technically Angel is out for the rest of the season, so that should allow them to get one. But being that it's only 6 days left in the season, I don't know if they will be allowed to get anybody because technically your season is about to end. I'm assuming if they knew they were going to be in the playoffs, they might allow them to have one because your season is longer than the six games. But um, I don't know how that works when you're so close to the end of the season. If you can get a hardship player, because the Aces did not get a hardship player when they lost their players, but they also like they were in the finals, so they only had like a small number of games to play, like no more than 3 games, and they just Becky said it wasn't. I don't think she said it wasn't worth it. I think she said there was no way they can get one or something like that. Something like they couldn't get one that quick or something like that. So I don't know what's going to happen with Chicago if they can get somebody or not, but I guess we'll find out. I really want the team to dig deep. I really feel like we got it in us to win games, but they got to play together. Like it's not going to work with it being hero ball and people thinking because they have to overcompensate for Angel that they have to take and do everything. I think they still need to play through Camilla. I think they still need to include her. Um, she is not a lot of people that can guard Camilla down low if they get her the ball in the right place. So that may be somebody they can lean into. And then, I mean, she's going to pass it out if she doesn't get the shot. So that's where Kennedy comes in. That's where Big Mama comes in. That's where LA comes in or Mick comes in. And then Izzy, Izzy is mobile. She does have, good shooting range here and there. Um, it just depends on how they bring it together. I ain't really sure on anything. Um, Q says facts. She's been playing since November, so she'll get much needed rest. April says, yeah, Ken and Barbie were back together, so unfortunate. Hey DJ. DJ says it's wild. Killer Miller got average 16 a game. Got to average 16 a game. SC Bread. Don't come in here with that. I'm not in the mood for whatever you're talking about today. Not today. We can talk about that on Tuesday, but today I'm not doing that. Um, but yeah, we shall see. What's up, Kyra? What's going on? We shall see how the rest of these 6 games go. I mean, it really is unfortunate just because, I mean, and the selfish part of me, the fan part of me, really wanted to see Angel finish the season with 500 points and 500 rebounds, breaking more records. Seeing how many rebounds she could have ended up with at the end of the season. She already has the records for the most rebounds in a season, but just to see what she would have ended up with if it was going to be 500 or more than 500 or like 490 or something like that. Um, I just wanted I just wanted her to accomplish, you know, everything that she could have accomplished in those 40 games because people doubt her. Obviously, looking at the comments, people are doubting her still. Um, it's just some weird obsession with hating on Angel for whatever reason people feel like I think it's just something easy to do. So I wanted her to just keep accomplishing things, keep working, keep building, keep getting better, and then end her season on a high note to say like, look what I did. But the crazy thing is, even though she didn't get to finish 40 games, look what she did in 34 games. She did more in 34 games than a lot of people, as far as records are concerned, have done in their career. She broke the records of people that have been in the W for years. She had broken records that hadn't been touched since 2000 or 1997 or 2018. I think that was the most recent one. So I mean, she did good. She has no reason to hang her head. I think she had a phenomenal rookie year. Um, but yeah, it's sad as a fan because you don't want to see your fave go out like that. But she will be at the games. She's going to be on the sideline cheering her team on. It's kind of as disappointing as when Cam went down with her ACL right before the Olympics. Like, we missed out on a full year of Cameron Brink and then her like having her dream of going to the Olympics and that kind of not being able to happen. Cam is still on the record, like still on the top list for blocks, and she hasn't played all season. She played, I think they said 12 games or something like that. She made that much of an impact in her first 12 games, so she would have been dangerous. Um, I didn't work out today, SC Bread. Today was my off day. I worked out the other day. I usually work out every other day. Adrian says they can still make the playoffs, right? Yeah, they're still number 8. Like as of right now, because they won yesterday, they're still number 8. But Atlanta also won yesterday, so they're still tied. But Atlanta's not in it, and Chicago is in it because Chicago has the tiebreaker between the two teams. So Chicago won 2 out of the 3 games that they played against Atlanta, so that's why they own the tiebreaker. Um, they play again next week. So that was kind of for me was going to be the determining factor if it kept being, neck and neck between them, that game was going to be the determining factor of who was going to end up in that 8th spot. But Washington has been playing like they've been winning a couple of games, and because Chicago was losing, they got up there too. They're only a half game. They're a half game behind Atlanta and Chicago. So anything could happen, but yeah, they're still in the playoffs. Kyra says wild and sucky, but better now. Yeah, I was having a great day until I saw that tweet. I didn't I didn't know what Angel. I saw the picture and I remember looking at the picture because she posted it on her Instagram and I was like, "Oh, that's a dope picture of Angel." And then I was on Twitter and I see it says Angel retweet. I get notifications Angel posted or something, and I see the picture like, "Oh, what is she talking about?" And then I look and it says a 3 was my last shot. And I said, "What? What does she mean her last shot?" I didn't read the whole thing, and then I got a call from Summer, and I found out when she told me. I was looking at the tweet, and then I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, it is ironic. It is crazy that her last shot of her rookie year was a 3-point shot that she made, and in a win for the team. So, I mean, in a way, she went out on a high note, you know. Addison says she straight quit on this guy, no question about it. They'll be better without her. Addison, hush. I don't even know why I read that out loud. I don't know where y'all get this from. Where do y'all get that information from? Like, you don't have nothing else better to do? That's what you came in here for? Charles says she did what nobody has ever done. What more can you say? Facts. Facts, Charles. Q says Cam would have broke so many records too, which is crazy. This draft class is insane. Facts. It's facts, Q. Like this rookie class was pretty special. A lot of people say they were one of the best rookie classes to come into the W. I can't say that for sure because we've had a lot of good people, a lot of good rookies come in, but the fact that these rookies this year have broken so many records. I mean, CC's broken a bunch of rookie records. Um, Angels broken WNBA player records, like the both of them breaking records in their perspective, specialties and stuff like that. Like that's something that no other rookies have done. Well, I wouldn't say no other rookies have done. They did it. They set the standard, and this rookie team, this rookie class has come in and like set a new standard. So I can't say they're the best, but they're up there. They're up there for sure. Adrian says they play Sunday. Yep, they play Sunday at 5 o'clock my time. That's Central. They play Dallas. I can't watch the game. I couldn't watch the game anyway because it's blocked. I live in Texas and it's blocked here. I guess they think we can watch it in other ways and we can't. So I was not going to be able to watch the game anyway, which was going to suck. I was just going to have to watch the play-by-play on the ESPN .com or the app. But I mean, now I'm still interested. Like I'm not giving up on the Sky. Like if y'all don't know me well enough, if you think that I am, like I'm sad for Angel, sad we don't have her, but I'm still rooting. Like I came into Chicago Sky with my two favorite players in college, which was Camilla and Angel, and Camilla's still there. I started to love the other players on the Sky team. We still got Ken. We still got Mick. It's an uphill battle, but I'm not gonna give up on my. I'm not gonna give up on my team. Kyra says I'm on a few right now, so excuse my inconsistency. It's fine. I know it's a bunch of people probably live right now. Not only are there games going on, but this is big news. I had to jump on because I couldn't wait till Tuesday to say anything. I had to get on to see what the people had to say that are respectful. Nate says, "Wow, so much for the playoffs." I mean, we'll see, Nate. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, Dallas has been inconsistent. Washington has been inconsistent. Atlanta has been inconsistent, just as the Sky has been. So anything could happen. It is a big blow. I'm not saying it's not a big blow. It is a huge blow, but I still believe that if Chicago can figure out how to play together, Because it's going to take them playing together and it's going to take them being efficient in order to compensate for what Angel brought to the team. Um, but they can do it. They can do it. So we'll see. We'll see. Q said I had to reread it too. I was so lost. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was reading. It wasn't registering to me. Like it didn't. I wasn't getting what she was saying. I thought she was just saying, "Look, I took a 3. That was dope or whatever." I didn't see that it was like a long paragraph too. Like I was just reading like the initial tweet, and then when Summer called me, I was like, "Oh, something's wrong. I feel like something's wrong." And she didn't even say anything when I said hello. She was just like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Oh, here we go." Let me read this tweet, girl. Give me a minute. Let me read this tweet and see what's going on. Adrian says Washington will take the 8th spot if Sky don't make it. You think Washington will overtake Atlanta? Charles says, yeah, that 3 comment really got my attention too. Summer says, get this person out of the live. Yeah, I'm about to. I ain't got time for this. SC Bread said, to show you how sorry the WNBA is, here you got 3 Olympic players on a team and they can only manage a sub 5. What are you talking about, SC Bread? What's the point? Where are we going with this? Summer. Oh, I got him out. I got him out. Nate. Dude, seriously, go to. Oh, y'all still talking about that person. I think I got him out. Some people crave attention. They don't even watch basketball. Becky said, when I saw Angel limp off, I was worried for my young talented queen. She has been amazing. She had an amazing first season. Yeah, Angels had an amazing first season. And if I can find all of them, I was going to do, because I did a preview, not a preview, but I did a special video talking about Angel declaring for the W, and what she expected out of the season, or what she expected out of her time, um, out of her first year, and like expectations and kind of just what she said. I was going to do a video again to show like where she was when she did their announcement, and then all the stuff that she accomplished in her first year. I still will do the video, but I think I'm gonna bring on Tuesday for the Tuesday live. I'll see if I can't get all her records written down, and I'll put those out there during the live, just to show like what she accomplished, because it was so much. She had an amazing season, amazing season. Charles says, I wonder how many league records have been broken this year compared with other years. That's true. I mean, it's a young league. They're only what, 27? The league is only 27 years old, 28 years old, something like that. So you kind of can't do that really, because obviously people that came in the 6th year of the WNBA probably broke the records of the ones that just played in 97. And then those people maybe in 2002 probably broke the records of the people that came in 99 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends. I don't know, because it's new. I think records were being broken probably more often earlier in the year, earlier in the W. But obviously it kind of tapered off, because I mean, like I said, look what records she broke: 2018, 2000, 1997, 1999, 1998. Like, some of those records have been there for a long time. So it is interesting. It would be interesting to see what records were broken, if this particular rookie class, you know, broke more records in a way than any other rookie class. Q says Kennedy going for 40 one of these games. Oh yeah. Ken ain't got her Barbie. She might go for 50. Like who knows? Who knows what I mean, she's been sick, she's getting her energy back, she's been missing basketball. It's a big gap to fill. And that's the only thing I'm worried about. Not with Kennedy per se, but just we had a big issue in Chicago of playing hero ball and everyone thinking they can be the one that can dig us out of the hole and they can be the one that can get all the points and they can be the one that can do this or that and not involving teammates. And we saw this second half, and really before the break, right before the break, but this second half of how the team can flourish and be better when they are sharing the ball. Now, not necessarily we weren't winning games, but we were playing better. We were being better. A lot of those games we lost like they were winnable games. It wasn't like we were getting blown out. Like, yeah, we got blown out by Phoenix, but we barely lost those games against the Aces in Connecticut and Washington, which that was crazy. Losing against Washington, but Washington again, they beat New York. You know, they've been beating teams as well. Um, but there was brightness in that, and we were just missing one little piece that I felt we could have got together these last six games. So yeah, although we do need that, it would, I can see uh Kennedy really like taking it on, be like, well, I got to do this. I'm about to get 40, 50 points. Um, so the why behind it is there, but I just don't want us to get too far off where we're not involving everybody and then it's just becoming the same, cluster that we were dealing with earlier. Zah said, hate this news. Same, same. Moses says Miller will be the vocal point down low. The focal point down low now. She should be the focal point. She should have been the focal point down low. They've been just having issues with figuring out how to get it to her in time and passing right and all that. And that's stuff they were struggling with, and I felt like they would fix in the off season once they, figure out their roster and get that together. Um, but more so now than ever, we ain't got no room for error. So they gotta figure that out real quick. Um Fulan speaks or Speaks Sports says this is tough news. I was looking forward to how her game would progress during the end of the season. Also, possible playoff experience would have been great, but injuries are God's will. Yeah. And the thing with Angel, I mean, I don't know if how long y'all have been watching her, but she had a season ending injury her freshman year at Maryland. Um, is when she broke her foot, if I'm not mistaken, or something happened with her leg. I don't remember exactly now because she had the foot and she had a leg thing, but she had a ending injury in Maryland her freshman year. And she worked hard. She came back. I think what I read, um, she came back earlier than expected and like grinded and worked and didn't miss a beat and became better than ever. And look at her career up to this point. So if it's one thing we know, Angel it will she's a dog, she's a fighter, and she's gonna work hard to, get through this injury and become a better player in the process. So that's the one, like, if there's a silver lining in it, the rest that she's going to get, probably the mental rest she's going to get, because I know she took on a lot for that team, whether that was what they wanted or not. Like, I think for her being a leader on that team, whether they wanted it or not, she's a natural born leader. I think she took on a lot for that team, a lot of pressures, a lot of the talk, and she's already taken hits from everywhere else just because she's Angel Reese. So I think that this will be the mental break she needs going into the off season. She's focused. She knows what she wants. She has access to whatever it is that she needs. Um, And so I think she'll come back better. Like, just depending on how long it takes her to heal up. I mean, Unrival's going to be amazing, and then she's going to go into this next season in training camp. We're going to see the Bayou Barbie. We were already going to see a different Angel, in my opinion. We were already going to see a different Angel going into year 2. Way more vocal, way more like matter of fact. We were going to see the Bayou Barbie popping out at these games. I already felt that was going to happen, and now, like with this injury, it's just more motivation for her to get back. And I think she's going to come with a lot of injury, a lot of energy going into this next season. Jonathan says the injury was very unexpected. Right, I saw her holding her wrist and moving it around. I just it just I just thought it was something like maybe she heard it, but then she fell 2 more times really hard, bracing herself with that same hand. And if it was like a fracture or maybe it was sprung or something, like you falling again very hard twice, it did something. I mean, and people keep saying that, oh, she was moving her wrist, she kept shooting, she didn't seem like she was hurt. But y'all don't remember when Camila Cardoso got injured in the beginning of the season and her whole shoulder popped out and she got back up and kept playing and was like moving her shoulder around and everything like nothing was wrong. And she even said they took her out of the game. She was mad because she had to come out of the game and they wouldn't let her back in the game. And she was upset because she's like, no, I can play. Like, I want to play. And they were like, no, just rest your shoulder. And she said the next day she was fine. Like, she felt like she can play. And it wasn't until that third day she couldn't even move her shoulder at all whatsoever. So, I mean, people's bodies react in different ways to different things. And so people just seeing that she was moving her wrist or that she took that last shot with a possible broken wrist doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't prove anybody's point that it didn't happen. Juan says, I've been a Sky fan since Candace Parker came home. I'm so sad that Angel is out, but I still believe in his team. Facts. Adrian says yes. Washington is playing very well. Charles says, well, Camilla should get a lot more touches now. Just like in all sorts of times. Next woman up. She should get a lot of touches. Is she going to get a lot of touches? We don't know yet because, like I said, she should have already been getting more touches. I think they had said, I read an article today that said that Camilla was of all the starting centers, she has the second fewest field goal attempts in the league. So it's just them. And Angel talked about this. Like, they should have been an inside out team a long time ago. They were just now getting it together like they were supposed to be as a team. And, she wasn't calling anybody out, but we've seen it. We know how the play goes a lot of times where the guards seem to have an issue with getting the ball inside and stuff like that. So hopefully, again, like hopefully that's what they do. Hopefully that Camilla can dig deep and get that dog in her. Also in that article, Angel talked about Camilla and saying like she knew she had the dog in her. She said she knows because she played against her and she was mean, playing not mean to her in the sense, but she knows from firsthand experience that Camilla can body you. Camilla can get mean if she wants. Camilla can get aggressive if she wants because she battled one of the toughest post players in college basketball in Angel Reese, and she gave her a time. They were head to head. So she knows firsthand that Camilla has it in her to be that dog and to be more aggressive and stuff around the basket. And she says she's talked to her about bringing that out and just helping her and talking to her and working with her and stuff like that. So with her being on the sideline, I think she's going to stay in Camilla's ear. I think she's going to be a great asset, and hopefully the team will lean more into that, especially going into Minnesota. We got Minnesota after Dallas, and Camilla had 22 points against Minnesota. They ain't got nobody that can guard her in the post. Nobody. The dangerous thing about Minnesota is that they're efficient and they can shoot. So they can shoot you out of a game if you're not careful. So we got to be tough on defense, but our key against Minnesota is to give it to Camilla and make sure she's good, and then just be ready for the pass out if that's what she does. Dallas, she's going up against Natasha Howard. She's going up against Tierra. What's Tierra's last name? Now I'm missing her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Tierra. You also have Kalani Brown. So it's going to be a battle for her, dealing with that. Both Tierra and Kalani are the same sizes as Camilla, so there's no like size disadvantage. Um, our guards have to be ready to compete with Arike, and you also have Satu, and Camilla and Satu have played against each other, getting ready for the Olympics in the Olympic trials for their prospective teams when Brazil played Germany. So that's also something. So I don't know. They need to lean into her, but I would love to see that get pulled out of her and her really perform well. Um, Sorry, y'all. I had left that person in there so long. I wasn't really seeing the comments that y'all were seeing. So my bad. Jonathan says, "Damn, I just got on here and already you toxic trolls tearing down Angel. I got him out." Nate says, "I hope we still make it, but if not, I hope Dallas loses every game until the end of the season." Yeah, I was gonna be proud of Chicago whether they made it into the playoffs or not. I mean, like I've been saying, Chicago is in rebuilding. They are a rookie led team. As Angel said in the press conference the other night, they have not had the same starting lineup all season. She's the only one, and now we don't even have her, but she's the only one that's been a starter since the very beginning. Nobody else in that starting lineup started starting in the beginning. It's been switched out so many times. And now we've had personnel changes. So for them to go through all that with a brand new coach, going through a trade, getting two new players, being led by two rookie starters, having Kennedy in and then having Kennedy out, and the fact that they're still number 8, the fact that they were never number 12 in this season, the fact that they took down New York, they took down the Aces, they took down Seattle. Those are some of the top teams in the league. Um, and they still have Minnesota to play. They still have Connecticut to play. They still have well, they who else do they have? Phoenix. Those are 3 teams that they haven't beat yet, that they still have yet to play. Um, I think they did pretty good for a brand new team to still be in contention for the playoffs, which is even more crazy. So whether they make it or not, I'm proud of this team. Juan says 5 in yesterday game is the greatness. Maybe I missed something. Um, 5 in yesterday's game is greatness. She has been having this season. I'm glad to watch her play. Can't wait. Um, what can't wait to see what her potential will be next season. Adrian says Kennedy will get a triple double in 1 or 2 of these games. She almost got it yesterday. She almost got it. She was 1 rebound away from a triple double, I think. Nope. She was 1 rebound away and 3 assists away from a triple double. And the good thing about Kennedy and Camilla is that Kennedy passes to Camilla really, really, really well. And in the right spot. Like Kennedy can get in there and dump it off to Camilla every single time. So that may be a duo that I already saw brewing, but that may be a duo that really stands out in these last 6 games. Again, depending on how they play, depending on what happens. SC Brad said, did Angel get injured in the game versus Sparks. Yes, yesterday. The official report said it happened during an and one um in the third quarter, where what I mean by y'all know what and one means, right? Like she was going for the shot, she made the shot through contact, she got knocked down, and she was able to shoot a foul shot, so that's an and one. But when she went up for the shot, she went up against Yaru, who is the center for the Sparks. She bumped into her and fell, and she caught herself with her hands. And like I said, if y'all weren't here earlier, you saw her. I don't know if she told Lindsay Allen that she hurt her wrist, but when Lindsay Allen went to go pick her up, she didn't grab her by both her hands. She grabbed her by her right hand, and then she grabbed her right arm. She didn't touch her hand or her wrist. And I don't know if Angel said, "Hey, don't touch my wrist or don't touch my hand," but she picked her up by her arm. And then when Angel made the shot, you see her running back, and she's holding her left wrist. Um, and then, like I said, she falls two more times in the fourth quarter pretty hard. And I think that last fall probably did it. James says, I rewatched the game. Her wrist was bent backward. What? And it was swollen. They need the fever to beat the dream tomorrow. What? Where did you see it swollen? I didn't see it swollen. I was just looking for when it happened, so maybe I wasn't paying attention. But she did have it taped. When she got out of the game in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left to go, they taped her wrist. Q said, "Yeah, I didn't expect Ken to almost get a triple double. The ball movement was so good last game." I know, and that's what we need more of. That's what we need. That's what's going to carry this team. We can't lose it because they're trying to overcompensate for Angel. That's the thing. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Jonathan says it's going to be hard to watch the rest of the season now the Angel is done for the season. Yeah, it's going to be hard not to see her out there, but she will be on the bench. I mean, if there's any, like, again, good thing out of this is that it's just 6 more games, maybe the playoffs too, but it's just 6 more regular season games. So I got to watch her play for 30. Well, what they played 3 or 4 preseason games. So I got to watch that, and I got to watch her play for 34 regular season games and see her do all the wonderful things that she did this season. So it sucks that she didn't finish the season, but at least we got her to almost the end of the season. It was already heartbreaking to not have Camilla in the beginning of the season, and I'm so happy that, she was able to recuperate and get back in the game. And, I wish they had more time playing together. But, they're just going to have to Skytown Towers and skyscrapers or whatever y'all want to call them. They're going to have to come together next training camp and try to get that chemistry going again. Because, Camilla's going to China after this season is over. And then, Angel will be doing Unrivaled. And then by the time Camilla gets back, it's going to be time for training camp again. Charles says, yeah, those assists and sharing the ball served them well. Yes, Camilla was supposed to be the focal point. That's why she was, I don't know what that means. Q said, I found Angel through the great high school class she was in, been a fan since. That's dope. That's dope, Q. So if you've seen Angel since high school, then you know. Juan says, been a fan of Angel in LSU and her W Slam covers. MMA Lifestyle says, yeah, I knew her wrist was hurt in the Sparks game. Charles says, yes, a Jones fracture is on the side. Oh, her foot injury? Yes, a Jones fracture on the side of her foot behind the little toe and takes a long time to heal. I'm an orthopedic. Oh, our nurse. Okay, Charles. She did heal up quicker than most because of her age and excellent shape. Okay, Charles, I might need to talk to you. I got some foot issues as well. Eagle Brothers, what's up? I heard the news. Sorry to hear that for your Sky. Hope Camilla can, like you said, get that dog in her. And I know Angel don't want this team to tank and keep fighting for that playoff spot. What's up, HD? No, J Spot, our baby girl is gone for the season. I know, man. I know. I know. RC, what's up, RC? Salute to you, Jay. Thank you. Jonathan says Asia injured as well. Okay. Are there reports that she's injured, or are we just saying that? Because I can't do that. It's too much news in one night. I did see when who was that fell on her ankle. I can't remember the player because I watched that game yesterday too. A player from Connecticut fell on the back of Asia's ankle and it kind of twisted weird. And so she went off to the side. She was very hurt. She was limping, but she stayed in the game. She didn't want to come out. But Asia is another one that will play through injury. And like I said, she played with some kind of broken or fractured or whatever thumb wrist. She didn't want to talk about it. She never really said what the injury was. All I know is that she played through the playoffs. She played in those finals when half her team was out. And the next day, she was in a cast. So I don't know what happened. She won't tell anybody really what really happened. She just said she had a silly thing with her thumb and wrist or something that she had to get corrected. And she had the cast on for a long time though. So I mean, if Asia can play, she's going to play. Now I know Becky wanted to rest her regardless, just because she rested Jackie, she rested Kelsey. She wanted to rest Asia just because of the Olympics and stuff like that. And they already have a playoff spot, so they're not in danger of losing anything if she doesn't play. So we might not see her play tomorrow. I don't know, but I don't know if there's a real like injury. I can't take it if it is. RC says that's rough news that dropped and hard to endure. Facts. Charles says, didn't Angel just post that she wanted Camilla to be mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. The article that I read was from that lady, Julia Pope, who wrote the article pretty much was like, why is Camilla not getting the ball? It was like they drafted Camilla to be the center. They had been talking about having an inside out game. This last press conference, they talked about Teresa Weatherspoon and Kennedy both said like their goal was to get Camilla as many touches as possible. But in the LA game, although they won, they did not do that. And so her article was about why didn't they do that and why haven't they been doing that? And it wasn't like a dig at Chicago. She wasn't like coming for them. She talked about, she kind of gave some criticisms, but then she gave some fixes as well. And in that article is where she quoted Angel. And I said what Angel said is that, she played against her. She knows firsthand that Camilla can be mean. She's seen her be mean. She has that dog in her. She just wants that to come out. And she thinks it's just a part of Camilla growing and gaining her confidence the more she plays. And so she wants to see that in her. So I think now more than ever, I don't know if you guys follow South Carolina, but they did a behind the scenes on the SEC network during the tournament on South Carolina. And it was was this in the, no. This was in the doc. This was in the doc that they did that Camilla was in with Cece, Camilla, and Kiki Rice. One of those, whatever. But the point is, Dawn was going in on Camilla, saying like, you gotta bring it. Like these people are not gonna take it easy on you. Like we need you to like bring it. And Dawn even said like, we're probably not as close as we would be, is because she's so hard on Camilla, and Camilla is a person that takes a while to open up, and she's not very vocal, and she's kind of quiet, and she moves in her own way, right? And so Dawn says we're probably not as close as we probably should be or would be, because I'm riding her so much. Like I'm always like digging in her, like you gotta bring it, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, because she knows her potential and she's trying to bring it out. And she says she's been trying to do that. And so having Angel as a teammate is probably like God sent for Camilla. Like who else better than the dog herself to help bring out the dog in somebody else? So I'm pretty I feel pretty good knowing that Angel will be there. And I think more than anybody, Angel is going to be in Camilla's ear, encouraging her, pushing her, giving her advice, gassing her up, big, you know what I'm saying? Like just really being the biggest cheerleader for Camilla, in order to give her that confidence to, like, you can do it. Like Dawn said, like, we're a good team. South Carolina is good. We're undefeated. But we're not, we can't do anything without you. We can't really move like we want to without you. Like you're a central part in how we're moving. Because whether she scores or not, like the offense was running through her. And so that was some confidence in her, because if y'all seen how she played during the tournament, that was a different Camilla than we had seen play during the regular season. So she has it in her to do it. And we saw a spark of it this probably last 5 to 6 games. I don't know if it's because her sister was here and she was just feeling really good, but we've seen it. But yeah, we got to get that. We got to get that from Camilla. McGowan. Yeah, McCowan. Tierra McCowan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. HD says, oh, Summer says, Angel tweeted, I love you guys and appreciate all the thoughts and prayers. I know you guys will cut your wrist off to give it to me in a heartbeat, but we not. What is that? We not what yet? Skytown, let's go. I'm gonna well, I can't look at it because I'm on my phone. Uh that's, I love that Angel saw those messages and she's responding. Q says I was ready to finally see Angel versus Satu. I'm ready to see, I mean, Angel and Satu, but Camilla and Satu, that was the real battle, even though they're not the same position. It's history there. I want to see what's about to go down. RC says Angel's worth is about to skyrocket even more. Eagle Brother says, and for a rebuilding team, they are playing really well this year. Just have to keep developing players and adding capable pieces to be a contender. Facts. Lee says I was shocked when I saw her post. RC says, oh Jay, oh stop Jay. Now you know you too cute for these issues. What? Thank you for calling me cute, RC. Everybody loves Juju. This is too much bad news, and if Asia is hurt, it's too much. We not putting that in the atmosphere. We not putting that Asia's hurt in the atmosphere. Don't do that, because I can't. I just can't. I won't. I can't. I can't. SC Bread says, Links Dorka. How do you say her last name? Jokic? Nope, that's not how you say it. I hear them say it on TV. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but I know who you're talking about. Had a similar injury. She broke her wrist in college. Okay. I wonder how long it took her to heal. Q says if it's just a twisted ankle, she should be fine, but I haven't seen any other reports. Nate says I'm already looking towards the draft. Olivia Miles, and since Raven may stay all 4 years, give us Pow Pow. Pow Pow. I don't think, honestly, for the Sky, I don't think we're taking too many rookies. I think we might get one rookie that will keep. The Sky needs vets. Like we already have, well, I mean, next year they won't be rookies, but what I mean is like youth and experience. I don't think we're getting too many more, young players in that sense. Like we need vets, and then we need vets that can shoot, and vets that know how to pass in the paint, and vets that know how to make like in-game decisions and know when to shoot it and know when not to shoot it. I think we can take on maybe one or two, but they're just there for development. I don't know about us having like a full on young team. We gotta trade out some of the players we have, but we need to get players in that are vets. We need experience. We need knowledge. We need like a good foundation that can help prop up and work through making Camilla and Angel and Kennedy and whoever else we have the best players possible. You know what I'm saying? Uhas. Yes, that's how you say it. I can always count on you, RC. Thank you. Uhas. Hey, sis. I'm going through it over here. I didn't already have my crash out session earlier, but I had to get online just to see what the people were saying. Q says you think they're trading the other pick. Well, one of their picks goes to Dallas. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. One of their first round picks is going to Dallas. If Dallas wants it, they get a swap or something like that. I would love to get Raven if she stays in. I mean, if she doesn't stay in, I would love to get Niece. If we can get Niece, I don't know what number she's going to be and how we can do that. Or Olivia Miles. I don't know. But those three would be good. But yeah, Raven. The only reason I say Raven for sure over Olivia Miles is because Raven obviously has played with Camilla. She knows exactly how to get her the ball. Um, and then she's also played with Angel. Like Raven knows how to get the ball to the inside. Raven will be someone who's receptive, someone who is a fast learner. And I'm not saying she starts. Raven may not start. We need a vet. We need a vet point guard. But Raven coming in the game, say off the bench, to give us a little spark, and then she's reunited with her college friends in Angel and Camilla, and they know each other's game. She knows where Camilla wants the ball, needs the ball, is more effective with the ball. Like that's a cheat code right there. But again, we don't know if Raven's coming out. SC Brett said Cardoso just got height. Camilla don't even have a jump hook or a baby hook. Oh, do you watch Camilla? She don't use it. Camilla can shoot. Camilla can shoot. I don't know if you watch her enough, but she doesn't use her shot because she's mainly around the basket, but Miller got a shot. Jonathan says Chicago Sky can't catch a break. Facts. But I feel like these injuries been happen in weird times. I mean, Carter was sick before the biggest game, like the fever. Right. Yeah, the Chicago just can't take a break. I mean, we started the season with Izzy hurt, Diamond hurt, Camilla hurt. Is that all we had? Those three hurt. And then, well, Izzy was hurt and Diamond was hurt. And then Camilla got hurt. And then we were good. We got them back. And then E. Will had a season-ending injury. And then we dealt with that. And then like just off and on issues, just personnel issues, people playing. We had to trade. Kennedy got sick. And then now we lost Angel. So Chicago's been going through it. That's why I said like the fact that they're still standing and they're still moving and pushing is like hats off to them. Seth says totally get it, fam. Had to check in on you. Yeah, I crashed out. I did my crash out already. I'm gonna get off here in a little bit because I gotta get ready to go to bed because I got work in the morning. But I had to come on here and talk to the people. I need to talk to y'all. Jonathan says, and Reese out due to the rookie of the year getting close. And Asia hurt after CC being in the MVP conversation. It doesn't seem too far-fetched and it's kind of suspicious. I may be putting too much thought into it. I think you are. Because Asia don't have to play another game and CC will not be MVP. I'm so sorry. It's just not. I don't know where people get that from. I don't know. Asia has put up enough numbers to never play the rest of this season, and she will still have better numbers than everybody else. Um, and just her performance throughout, like we have literally have 6 games left. Um, her body of work is enough to carry her to get that award. So I don't know about that theory. Reese, rookie of the year. I think a lot of people were putting stock into which one of them was going to make it into the playoffs, which I never felt like that was a reason to make somebody rookie of the year because Aaliyah Boston was on one of the sorriest teams in the league and she was rookie of the year. Now, yeah, maybe she wasn't going up against the caliber of players that like the issue between Cece and Angel that both of them are doing so many, you know, crazy things, breaking records and doing things like that. Um, so they have to figure out some way. I just never thought your team record and your team should be the sole reason or one like a huge factor for how you get rookie of the year because we just talked about Chicago and all the stuff they've gone through and the fact that they're still standing. And then you look at Indiana who has all their players, who has the same players they've had for 2 years, who's had the same coach they've had for 2 years, who's been rebuilding for years, who has a former rookie of the year on their team, who has 2 number 1 picks on their team. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a good team. And yeah, they struggled in the beginning, but they figured out how to make those pieces work. So they're gelling and it's working for them. So I don't know if you can, they're not the same caliber team. It's just not. So yeah, Cece's doing great on Indiana, but she has a great surrounding cast with her that helps her. Like it makes her look good what she does when she can pass to somebody and they get the shot. That's how she gets so many assists. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Like she has somebody she can pass to that's going to make the shot. Chicago, on the other hand, we don't necessarily have that consistently. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can judge one rookie over the other based off the teams that they're on. They didn't have a choice to be on whatever teams they're on. So I never thought that should be a factor, but I mean, I'm not a voter and I'm sure that's what they're going to vote on. So yeah, I wanted Angel to stay in through the end of the season to, you know, continue to raise her rookie of the year stock. But also I feel like I think it was already decided who was going to be rookie of the year. And as long as she was playing well, because she's not doing bad, they were going to give it to Cece. I don't think they expected Angel to do what she was doing. So then they started talking about a co-rookie of the year, which I don't want. I don't want a co-rookie of the year. But Angel says she doesn't care about the rookie of the year. She was never playing for rookie of the year. She said she was drafted 7th and she felt like that her being drafted 7th and going to a brand new team that was rebuilding, that would take all the pressures off of her and just take the spotlight off of her for having to do anything other than just play her best basketball. So she never thought about rookie of the year. She never thought it was something she would be in the running for, period. It's just she played damn good this season, you know, despite what people might say. And so she is in the conversation. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Eagle Brother says Camilla is a sneaky shooter. If she can keep developing that part of her game, watch out. Q says, I like Cece game, but she's not an MVP conversation. Facts. Not even close. I'm so sorry. Jonathan says Camilla made that long jumper against the Sparks. Right. Camilla has made several jumpers this season. And she made shots in South Carolina. She didn't have to. You got Breezy, you got Pow Pow, you got Raven, you got Malaysia, you got shooters on South Carolina. So there's no reason for her to ever come out and try to shoot when you got shooters everywhere. Her main job was to protect the paint, and if you don't have the shot, give it to one of the shooters, and they're gonna knock it down. Seth says, "Run those likes up." Thank you, Seth. Jonathan says, Reese said in her podcast that she didn't. Yeah, I just said that. She didn't care about Rookie of the Year. She just wanted to play basketball, but now they've been putting her name in the race with Caitlin. Now this happens to her. Jonathan says, my first time viewing your channel and I gave you a like. Thank you, Jonathan. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. I go live every Tuesday. Not in my living room like I'm in now. This is low key. This was like an emergency thing. Charles says, Asia is also doing what no one has done before as well. She is just so far above anyone else. I don't see how there can even be a discussion. Facts. Juju says, yes, Fever have a better cast. Michaela was Rookie of the Year 2021, but we just got her, and Ken was like second in the running for Rookie of the Year. I believe the Sky will go out strong even if we don't have Reese, I'm hoping. Yeah, I mean, Michaela was Rookie of the Year. Ken was second for Rookie of the Year during her rookie season. We don't have bad players. It's just we don't have that gel yet. Like everybody's literally trying to work together for the first time within this scheme, within this set, in this team, this version of this team. So we just haven't clicked yet. I'm not saying anybody's horrible. Indiana has figured it out because most of their players have played together with that same coach, with those same plays. They understand what their identity is and what they need to do. All they needed to do was figure out how they were going to incorporate CC into it. And now that they figured that out, that's why we're seeing that. Chicago is not there yet. They're still trying to figure out how to pass in the post. They're still trying to figure out how to play within, like, this is like the seventh lineup change that they're going through. Like, they're still just trying to figure out how to play together. So yeah, it's going to be a while, but I do agree with you. I think they can end the season strong. I think they can. Q says, I feel like Camilla makes damn near every mid range. I mean, she's good. She can shoot. I'm not really sure where that came from SC Bread. I didn't get that part. Jonathan says, Will, do you have a new subscriber in me? Thank you, Jonathan. Also, all the Sky need is an elite veteran point guard, an elite rookie point guard, a couple of great three-point shooters, and they'll be a championship contender. I believe that. I think I want to see Big Mama stay. Big Mama is Rachel Banham. I mean, that's what she's called. She's not offended by it, so we're not calling her names. But I think Big Mama can be good for us. I kind of like Mariah if we give her a little more chance. She's a vet rookie. I mean, she's a vet point guard who I think is 9 years in the game, who's a true point guard. We might end up keeping her. I'm not really sure. I don't really know how the contracts work, being that we just traded for them, what that looks like, but I can see us keeping them. Definitely the core four, Mick, Angel, Camilla, Kennedy. That's going to be something that is going to take that team to the next level once they figure out their chemistry. The potential for Chicago is there. The potential is there. It is. It's just a matter of time. They call Rachel Banham Big Lotto. Yeah, they do call her Big Lotto. Us fans call her Big Mama. When she hits her shot, the Chicago Skies DJ plays the song Big Mama, which is by a Big Lotto. So it all goes together. It's from the song. We call her Big Mama from Lotto's song Big Mama. That's why. Q says, do you think Sims from the Sparks will be a good fit? I think so. I know her and Kennedy and Elizabeth have been teammates before when they played in Atlanta. I know that Odyssey and Izzy have played together in Not unrivaled. Athletes Unlimited. I mean, Odyssey's been in the game for a very long time. She's a super vet. So uh I think she'd be good. The knowledge is good. She's quick. She can shoot. Um Her passing into the bigs, I haven't seen that much of that happening when I watch her play in LA. And when she was on Dallas, I mean, she was good on Dallas, but I'm wanting somebody that is going to pass, that's going to look to pass first and not look to shoot first. That's what we need from our point guard. Our point guard needs to facilitate um, the plays, make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, and then they need to look to pass first before they shoot. And so I'm not saying Odyssey's not that person, but I like Odyssey. I think she'll be a good fit if that's what can do for us. SC Bread said, "You think Sky can finish strong in Darth Vader voice? I hope so, for your sake. The Emperor isn't forgiving as I am." I mean, I had already told you, SC Bread. I'm not a fair weather fan. You know, I made a commitment to Chicago Sky when I said that this was going to be my team, and I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him just like they told Mari. That's my team, and I'm gonna stick beside him. And I think they can I think they can finish strong. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think they can do it, and if they don't do it, they don't do it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad or disappointed. I mean, we've taken a lot of hits as the Chicago Sky team. And so if they just can't get it together in these 6 games, they just can't get it together. I can't blame them because they are missing. If we thought we were missing something with Kennedy not in the game, we're going to see like what we're missing without Angel in the game. It is mathematically, statistically proven that the Chicago Sky is a better team when Angel is on the floor versus when she's not on the floor. So they have to compensate for that. That's a big feat. Chicago has the heart and the drive to do that, but they need to have the execution. That's a whole nother thing. So we will see. Like I said, I'm still a fan. I'm still rooting for them. I'm not giving up on them. And even if they tank, I'm still proud of this team. I'm still happy. I'm still proud of what Chicago Sky did this season. Q says, yeah, those past first point guards are becoming rare nowadays. Yeah. All right, y'all. It is 11 o'clock my time. I have to be up in 6 hours to go to work. I just wanted to come on here. It was my therapy, I guess. I had to get it off my chest and just talk to y'all. Catch me on Tuesday, 7:10-ish p.m. Central. I go live every Tuesday, but we'll talk more about this and we'll talk about the week of the WNBA as we usually do. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that sub button. Or if you don't want to sub, that's fine, but catch me on Tuesday and maybe you'll sub then. Eagle Brother says, thanks for the conversation, J Spy. Have a good rest of your night and see you Tuesday. Yep. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you. It's always go Sky. It is always go Aces in this house. We got games tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.